2022, the first podcast of the year. Wow. Big year this year, I reckon. Hopefully we don't have to deal with any more of this coronavirus crap, because this has got to be the year. Seriously, last year we were like, this is the year, we don't have to deal with this anymore. 2021, it's our year. No, 2022, it's our year. Although it does shit me when people say that this year's going to be our year. You got to make the year your year. It's not just going to be your year. So it's all good and well to say it, but you got to do something about it in order for it to be your year. Well, that's what I think anyway. You got to actually have a crack. So will this be your year? Will you make 2022 your year? Or will it be like the other years that were going to be your year? Fuck, that was mean, wasn't it? Jeez. Anyway, what's been going on? What have we had? We've had Christmas, New Year's, since I last did a podcast. Also, apologies in advance if you hear my stomach rumbling. I always make the mistake. I was meant to record this earlier, but then I was eating. I got distracted, and then I decided to eat something, and now I'm really full and recording this, so my stomach's probably going to make some weird noises. I'll try and talk over it so you can't hear it, but if you hear it, I do apologize. Yeah, so what's happening? Christmas. I'm just looking at my arm in the fucking camera. It looks pretty good. What did we do for Christmas? Went over to Caitlin's house for Christmas Day. It was pretty good. Had some good food. It was delicious. Had some good dessert. It was delicious too. Love eating food on Christmas. It's always especially being vegan, it's generally you can eat a lot and you don't necessarily feel bad about it because it's all really good food. You got fucking roast veggies, salads, amazing. That's the best food. You don't feel guilty about eating bulk amounts of it, and you can't eat bulk amounts of it because it's so filling. So positive there. Endless amounts of delicious food, and I didn't feel shitty about it. Yeah, Christmas Day, then New Year's. Caught up with some mates I haven't seen in a very long time for New Year's, and that was fucking awesome. I had such a good time. Was very tired the next day, but it was a fucking sick night. I had so much fun. Caitlin and I enjoyed ourselves. Yeah, New Year's, I'm not usually a big New Year's celebrator. I don't really give a shit about it, generally speaking, but I couldn't pass up this opportunity to catch up with these boys. Been a very long time. Went to high school with them. Yeah, haven't seen him in, it's been over a year. Been over a year. So it was really fucking good to catch up with him again. What else? I'm just rattling off dot points at the moment, then I'll go into some other shit into depth. But just as just to earmark shit, so I remember, went to see Moulin Rouge. I got Caitlin tickets. I got Caitlin a ticket, and then myself a ticket as well. It was a loophole in trying to beat the Christmas gift money cap. I was I was within the cap because I only got her a ticket, and then I bought myself a ticket as well. But yeah, that was fucking awesome. I'm never been big on musicals. I don't like watching musicals. Not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of shows or movies that decide to turn into musicals and everyone's singing. I'm oh, stop, make it stop. But Moulin Rouge was insane. It awoke something within me. It was really fucking emotional. It was actually a really good show. So I'm converted. I want to see more musicals because they're fucking sick. So I'm in for that, 115,000%. Took me off guard. So if you're not a musical fan, or you think, nah, they're not for me, dude, go and try it out. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. I just couldn't. It was so impressive to me, the amount of work and the amount of effort and time and fucking precision that goes into the show. All the people on set. It's insane. And I was thinking, they probably don't even get paid that much money, which is preposterous. That is more of a show. There is more. No, that's a lie. Did you just hear that? What the fuck? See what I mean? Making weird fucking noises. Sound like a dinosaur or something. I was going to say there's more that goes into those shows like that than there are movies and stuff, but that's a fucking lie because there's a lot that goes into movies. So I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that goes into them. They're both very impressive. So what do you want to get out of that? Go and see it. Go and see a musical. Give it a shot. Trust me. I am converted completely. I found I'm trying to put a soundboard together to. I feel like I'm falling out of shot. I'm trying to put a soundboard together for the podcast. Right, and I found a website app that I think might be able to do it. I tried using it today to record this podcast. That's probably why I didn't record when I was supposed to record, because I had a crack on it and it just wasn't good. It just didn't do the job that I was wanting it to do. And I was like, well, I really want to get this. I really want to record this podcast today. I don't want to fluff around anymore. So I'll record it as I normally do, and then I'll try again like during the week to perfect it, and then see if I can use it again, because if I can get this right, that will mean that I'll be able to play sound clips and video clips live. I'll be able to like produce live while I'm doing it, which is fucking awesome. I can't wait for that to potentially be something that I can do. So I went and got a bunch of different sound clips and downloaded them and put them in a folder ready to go, but I can't use them today. I'll have to wait until I figure out this podcasting app. It's called Riverside FM, I think. So we'll see. Hopefully next week I'll have it up and running. Yeah, training has been going all right. So right before, I had coronavirus. I got COVID. Got it a week ago. Yeah, it's been about a week. Yeah, it has. It's been over a week, actually. It's been about 9 days. So yeah, had it a week ago. And it was, so before that, let's take a deep breath here, ladies and gentlemen. It's the start of the year. I don't need to rush things. Take it nice and easy. So rewind, pre-COVID. So I got it on about, let's just get the dates right. Let's get the dates right. I got it about a week ago. So let's say the 7th, right? Let's say rewind before the 7th. Like around Christmas into the new year, I was feeling fucking great, man. I was flying. I was absolutely peaking. I felt so good. I was doing all my rides outdoors, which made me feel fantastic. I was riding on my roadie most of the time, and I was fucking absolutely zinging. It was fucking great. Runs were feeling strong. Swimming was feeling strong. Everything was clicking. Everything was, lining up perfectly. And then on the 7th, I was like, don't feel that great. Didn't feel that great in the morning. Still got up, still hit my ride. And then like as the day progressed, I started to get worse and worse, and to the point where, you fast forward to probably like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That's when it hit me. I was like, oh shit, I don't feel very good. Had like the shivers, had a headache, was in my room. I was just playing bulk amounts of PS4. I played more PS4 than I have in like 5 or 6 years. In those, like probably the Friday, from the Friday on, I played like 4 days. I just played stupid amounts of PS4, and now I'm like PS4'd out for the year. So I started to like get a headache, feel like pretty shitty, had a bit of a tickle in my throat, and then at like say 4 o'clock, chills. I was lying there. I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I like got up, had something to eat, then jumped into bed, and that was it. Like I was done. I was shivering, like it was just flu symptoms. It wasn't anything extreme. And then that night was like the worst fucking sleep I've had in my entire life. It's a lie, but it was a pretty bad sleep. I was dreaming the most fucked up dreams. I was like tossing and turning, sweating, shivering. It was like the whole thing. I was dreaming dreams that was like, it was weird. They were like wild flu dreams. I dreamt that in order to be able to wake up, I had to like do these missions and do these side quests with a bunch of people and like tick things off. I think it was because I was playing Need for Speed, and you got to like win races to progress in the game. And I think I was like had that in my head. But the weird thing was like I would wake up to get a drink of water, and then I would be like, oh no, I got to get back to sleep so I can finish these missions so that I can wake up. Like, isn't that stupid? I was awake. I was fucking awake. But I was like, no, I've got to go back to sleep so I can do these missions so that I can wake up. So that lasted all night. And then I woke up early in the morning because I was like, I need to go get a test. And I didn't want to wait. I couldn't find any rapid tests. And I was like, fuck it, I'm going to go and wait in line to get a PCR. And then that's what I did. I got there really early, and it only took me an hour, which was great. So that didn't come back positive for a couple of days, but I knew it was positive. After that ordeal, I was like, I'm definitely positive. So I took the Saturday and the Sunday off from training. And then Monday did 60 minutes, nice and easy on the bike. And then Tuesday was, I think, the same, another easy bike. No, it was a trainer set. It was a program trainer set on Tuesday. Then Wednesday was a run, and then Thursday was another trainer set. Friday was, I was out, so I was able to do whatever the fuck I wanted. So I did a run and a swim. And then Saturday was yesterday, and that was just a 2-hour ride. Sunday was today, which was a 90-minute ride and 5Ks off the bike. And then next week we're back into it, ladies and gentlemen, back into full training. So really for me, the only fucking shit time I had was that Friday. That was really the roughest time. Then like the Saturday, I had a bit of a sore throat and a headache. And then the Sunday, it was like a little bit of a throat thing still there. Then Monday was a bit of a cough. Then the cough lingered till like I've still got a little tiny cough, but it's nowhere near as prevalent. Like it used to get me every time I'd take a deep, you'd hear like little bits flecking and then I'd have to cough, but that's just disappeared. So, and I actually tested completely negative yesterday. I got a rapid test and did one and there was no sign of it. So fucking free. Yeah, so that was an ordeal. I was like annoyed at first, but at the same time, my thought train was, hey, I've got it now, and not, a week out from my event. So I get to take a little break now and then build into my Ironman, half Ironman. So very happy with getting it and getting it out of the way very quickly. I thought I was going to be, I'm glad. The silver lining is that I don't have to get it now. I've already got it, so I don't have to worry about that. It's not going to bite me in the ass in a month's time. So yeah, feel pretty good now. So it was interesting. I was very intrigued to see if I could pick it up before I got it with my Whoop. That didn't happen, but the stats were for the Saturday when I woke up. Sorry. My resting heart rate. So my average resting heart rate is generally like 45. It went up to, it was 48 the day before, then it was 60. So it was 48 on the Friday, then it was 60 on the fucking Saturday. 60 resting heart rate. That's my average has gone from 48. It's usually 45, then it went to 48 the day before, and then 60 on the Saturday, and then back down to 48 the day after. Then my respiratory rate sits around 17, 18. It dropped to 16, which is unusual. Usually it fluctuates like decimals, but it dropped to from 17.6 to 16.1, which I thought my respiratory rate would increase. False. It decreased on the Saturday. And then my HRV, which is not really that important, was 72. But yeah, I just couldn't believe the fucking resting heart rate. Up to 60. That's what my fucking resting heart rate elevated to after my Ironman. Went up from 45 to 60, which is fucking bonkers, bro. As if. That's insane. That's fucking insane. It's crazy how your body responds to things like this. My body felt just as fucked up from getting the flu as it did from an Ironman, which, yeah, to be fair, I probably had the same quality sleep, because I remember the sleep after the Ironman was fucking dog shit, and then the sleep after Corona or during Corona was fucking shit out. So there you go. But I'm glad I've got it out of the way and I could just move on with my life, thankfully. But yeah, it was shit. Well, it still is shit. I not being able to see Caitlin at all because she didn't test positive. So this past 10 days has just been shit because she's on holidays. And I was like, great, we get to spend 2 weeks, start the year off together, just chilling out, doing whatever. And then now I've lost a whole week plus some. So I've lost 10 days of the 14 days that I was going to get to spend with her due to the fucking coronavirus. So I'm very annoyed at that, to say the least. That has been the bane of my existence the last couple of days. I've tried not to focus on it, but it's impossible not to focus on something that fucking eats away at you that much. So that's been really annoying me. I'm lucky I have had a bit of training to do this week because it's kept me busy. But yeah, it's pissy. It's annoyed me. It's really fucking annoyed me, to be honest. Because now this week I go back to full training. and I won't have as much time on my hands. Whereas last week, I didn't do fucking anywhere near as much as I normally would do because I was sick. So we could have fucking spent so much time together. But this week, no, unfortunately not. Not going to be anywhere near as much time together. But you know what? You got to just move on past these things. Like, I can't let it affect me. I can't let it continue. I can't continue to let it affect me because it's done. There's no fucking changing it, It's just it's rough. So it's like pissed me off so much. There's nothing I can do about it, which is really annoying. So yeah, that's kind of been my year. This year I was thinking about it before. I was like, fuck, man. Like, as shitty as last year, the end to last year was with everything going on in my personal life, I was like, this year has started off pretty shit. Which is a very negative thing to say, but it's how I feel at the moment. So I hope this year turns it around pretty quick. Otherwise, fucking hell, I might try and go back in time and just hang out at the end of last year. Yeah, anyway, moving on from this fucking doom, gloom, negativity. Actually, one more negative thing. Well, not really negative. I don't know. It's up to your own interpretation. Anyway, my brother went away for New Year's and he got back. Him and his mates all had coronavirus, and then they were coming back to stay here because got a couple of spare bedrooms, and my mum had already got COVID and I was likely positive too. So they were coming back to hang out here to have like the COVID compound, so everyone could like hang out and have a bit of fun while we were all sick. And that's exactly what happened. And thankfully everyone was here because there was a day where like the dogs were barking a bit funny. And we're like, what the fuck's going on? And we went out there and there was a fucking snake. They had cornered a brown snake behind a pot. Both of them, one on either side. They'd cornered it. And I was like, I saw the snake. And I knew it was going to happen. I knew one of them was going to get fucking bitten because Hudson, the older dog, is about 5 or 6. He has a tendency, he's very protective. And he has a tendency that as soon as he knows you're there and there's a threat, he will go towards the threat and like try and protect you. And as soon as he saw me, I was like, get away. As soon as he fucking saw me, he grabbed the snake and like shook it around and ripped the motherfucker in half. Like, mind you, it looked like a fucking murder scene out there. There was so much blood. But then we were like, did he get bit? And thankfully my brother and his mate Isaac just threw both the dogs in the car and left. And then he started acting weird. I was calling 24-hour vets around the area to try and figure out who was open, and like they were all being assholes, mind you, which was annoying. One of them was like, "Oh, a vet's gonna leave in an hour, so like go somewhere else." And I was like, "You fucking serious? The dog's probably gonna fucking die." But thankfully they called up Research Vet, which is right near us, and they were willing to fucking help, which was great. So he's fine now, but at the time it was fucking scary. Like, you got to act so fast. They said he probably got bit 4 times, which is fucking insane. He started like stumbling and acting weird as soon as they got him to the vet, and they said like any longer and it probably could have been way worse. But thankfully he was good to go the next day. So they dropped him off at the one in Research. They hit him with a couple of doses of anti-venom, and then they took him to a 24-hour vet so they could monitor him overnight and give him a couple more doses of the anti-venom, and he was good the next day. Now the treatment is just to keep him pretty chill for the next couple of weeks to make sure he doesn't, get any permanent muscle damage. I don't know why. I don't know how that works, but yeah, we've got to like keep him pretty chill. So thankfully the young one didn't get bit. But yeah, the older one, Hudson, got fucking bit by a snake and survived. He's had so I have a bit of a moral dilemma when it comes to dogs. Because I'm vegan, I'm against animal cruelty. I don't like it at all. It's I think it's stupid and, it's just ridiculous. It doesn't need to happen. I like killing animals to eat them. I don't even agree with. So you can imagine my dilemma when our dogs decide to fucking kill rabbits, I had to witness a fucking blue tongue get ripped to pieces, which was traumatizing. And then a snake and all sorts of fucking different animals. They just fuck up. Like huntsmen, they fuck up Hudson fucking kills huntsmans because he's like, no, fuck this, it's a threat, and he takes it out. He's just a super protective dog. So you can imagine my dilemma when he kills a rabbit. I'm like, well, don't do that. But at the same time, like, he's just doing what he's supposed to do. It's what dogs fucking do. They're born to hunt and kill things. Look at their fucking teeth. They look like they eat grass and shit. Nah, bro. They're meant to hunt. They're meant to kill animals. It's what they were fucking born to do. So, like, I try not to intervene with shit like that because that's just not my place. That's what they're supposed to do, and I don't want to tell them they're not allowed to do things that they were supposed to do because that's just that's in their fucking blood. It's in their bones. So as much as I want to stop him from fucking going around killing everything, like, he doesn't kill that many things. I think their tally for the past 12 months is at about 5 or 6 rabbits, and then there's a blue tongue in there and now a snake as well. But, like, I don't want to tell him off because he's doing what he's supposed to do. He's a fucking dog. But at the same time, I don't want to see it happen because I'm like, it hurts my heart. Like, it does. I feel my heart ripping it up. When I saw the blue tongue get killed, I felt like I was going to fucking die and throw up at the same time. It hurt so much. And then there's been a rabbit that I had to witness get killed, and that was pretty fucking traumatizing for me. But at the same time, he's doing what he's supposed to do. Like, I don't intervene unless I can intervene. And there was an occasion where he didn't kill the rabbit upon biting it. He picked it up and, like, carried it with him. And I managed to get him to drop it and distract him. And then I swiped the rabbit, put it in a bucket, hid it from him. And then when he was distracted, I let it go. I managed to save one. Like, this was a year ago, but lately he doesn't just pick it up anymore. He kills it. Which is sad, but I don't want to fucking stop him from doing what he's doing. But anyway, it leads me to the point of saying, he's a fucking savage. I can't believe he tried to kill a snake. I need to try and stop him from thinking that he can kill snakes because I don't want him to get bitten again. He'll just try and protect us at all costs. And great, that's awesome, fantastic. But don't bite snakes because you will get bit and you can die. So I need to figure out a way to stop him from doing that. My brother suggested getting a couple of fake snakes and, like, teaching them that snakes are bad. So, like, I don't know, negatively reward them. Or, like, every time they, I don't know, just tell them no and see how they respond, or try and make them scared of snakes. So that's probably a good idea. Maybe I could Google it and see what Google says. That's probably a good idea. But anyway, it led me to thinking, right, fuck being a snake. I was like, man, let's rewind, take it slow, take a deep breath. When he got bit, I was, like, infuriated, and the thought of him dying was like, that would be enough to tip me over the edge and start to fucking, I don't know what I would do, but, I can't imagine it being very good. I'm already on edge of becoming a supervillain after being locked away from everyone for a fucking week with COVID. If he died too, oh, good luck. Actually reminded me of two things. So I'm going to say the first thing first, and then I'll say the second thing second, obviously. Fuck being a snake. Hang on. There we go. Fuck being a snake. Imagine having no arms or legs and just a tiny ass face and mouth to deal with. And a useless fucking split tongue. Imagine having that shit. What are you going to do? Of course you're going to want to fucking bite things and kill them with venom. Like, how else are you going to fucking defend yourself? Imagine being a non-venomous snake. Like, what the fuck are you supposed to do if a dog comes at you with giant paws, giant teeth? Like, how are you supposed to fucking defend yourself? You're going to have to bite. Otherwise, you're fucking dead. It just made me think. I was like, no wonder they're assholes. And they've got such deadly venom. Like, they got nothing else going for them. They got to slither around in their fucking belly. Imagine if you, tomorrow, were like, all right, we're going to tape your legs together. So you got essentially no legs. Just got a really long body. And we're going to chop your arms off. Or we're going to tie your arms behind your back and you can't use them. How would you function? Slithering around like this and bite shit with him. Like, fuck that, dude. It'd be so scary. So no wonder they're, like, defensive straight away. They got nothing else going for them. Like, life would be fucking hard being a snake. So initially I was like, I'm going to kill every single snake in the entire world, obviously. I love all animals except snakes. They're all dead. But then I was like thinking, fuck, being a snake, that'd be pretty hard. So I was like, I kind of eased up. Plus, Hudson's okay, so I don't really have any reason to kill snakes unnecessarily. Although if I do see one on the property, part of me's going to want to... Maybe I won't tell anyone what I'll do. No, I'm not going to kill it. I'll let it survive. Or I just won't say that I saw it and no one will see it again. Yeah, I don't know. It's a hard dilemma because you don't want your fucking pet dying because of some wild animal. It's not fair. So, I don't know. Same thing, like if my dog got attacked by a kangaroo, I'd kill that kangaroo straight away. I'm a vegan, and yes, I'm against, killing animals unnecessarily because I don't think it's necessary. But at the same time, like, you fucking hurt my dog, you hurt my pet dog, I'm gonna fuck you up. Like, even if another dog fucks my dog up, I'd definitely hurt the other dog. Don't know if I'd kill it, but it would know not to do that again. It's just, I don't know, it's protective, I guess. It's protective. Like, I feel like that's justified. Like, I feel like you have to have if you have enough of an emotional connection to your animal, then I feel like you can easily justify behaving like that or reacting like that or responding like that. So, I don't know. Just food for thought. What was the other thing I was going to suggest? I knew I should have written it down, dude. I was just off on a fucking tangent talking about snakes and how scary it is to be a snake. And no, that's right. So, another thing happened. Like, when he got bit, I was like, he's probably going to fucking die. Like, this is probably the last time I'm ever going to see him. Like, I was just patting him in the morning. I've nicknamed him Vladimir Splutin because he'll, like, do the sploot and, like, crawl around on the ground. And I was, like, fucking around with him, pet the dogs for, like, I don't know, 40 minutes that morning. Anyway, imagine if that was it. He got bit by a snake and he was dead. Never saw him again. Like, burying him the next day. Like, fuck that. And then it led me to realize, I was like, mate, this COVID shit is a load of fucking dog shit. Steamy Hudson shit. I was like, fuck this. I don't care. Like, fuck off. Don't tell me what to do. Go fuck yourself. And I went into, like, that mindset. I got myself into that mindset because I was like, mate, he could have died. He could have fucking died. And I got to sit here locked down fucking bullshit. I got really mad, as you can tell. I'm still a bit, like, pissed off that my time has been robbed from me. When it's just the fucking flu. Like, I don't want to get preachy on this bullshit. And I'm not anti-vax. Like, I've had the vaccination. I've had 2 doses. But at the same time, it's like, now it's just the fucking flu. So, just let it... I think that's what they're doing too, which is annoying as well, because now it's just running its course. They're letting it go. They're like, fuck, just let everyone get it. Doesn't matter. Why didn't they fucking do this shit 2 years ago instead of locking us down for 2 years and now letting it run free? I get that this one's not as intense and, not as severe, but fuck, man. Like, when he got bitten and the possibility of him dying was right there, I was like, mate, fuck this. Nothing is important. Nothing matters. Anyway, that was a weird tangent, eh? It was real negative too. I'm trying to move on from this shit. I'm not talking about COVID anymore. Apologies for that. For Christmas, I got Caitlin gave me a food processor, and that is one hell of a gift. I'm never buying hummus again. I've made my own since Christmas. I've made 4 or 5 batches. I've realized that I can make a 3-can of chickpea batch in each food processor jug, and that'll give me exactly a kilo ish, like pretty close to a kilo. Like, I'll fill up one of those hummus tubs with that. So pretty happy with that one. So yeah, I've used it quite a bit just to make hummus so far, but I'm going to plan on using it for some other things too soon. Just at the moment, it's hummus and hummus only. So if I can put with that, never buying it again. Just chickpeas and tahini. Oh, sorry, I'm just having a little fucking scroll here. So there were some days that it was pretty fucking hot, and I opted to ride in the middle of the day a couple of times, which smart or stupid, well, let me start with this, right? So New Year's Day, it was fucking humid as shit. I didn't get to bed till like 1 o'clock. And I did have a few drinks. So I have a plan in front of me for this podcast, but it just seems to not be going to plan. I've had too many rants about bullshit. So we're going to try and get back to the plan and stick to it so there's some nice flow. And so that I can actually go through and write out notes for this podcast when it's done easily. Anyway, moving on to the next part. So New Year's, right? I had a couple of drinks. I haven't had a drink in... before then it was like over a year. Maybe even 2 years. Who knows? I can't remember. That's how long it's been. And I was like, I went to Dan Murphy's. I was like, what am I going to drink? I looked around. I was like, I have no fucking idea. I don't have any clue. And I bought 8 drinks, right? I bought 8 watermelon and watermelon vodka sodas. And then I bought 8 lemon seltzers. And I was like, beautiful. This will be nice and easy. I might drink all of them. I might drink a few. I'll bring a little extra just in case someone wants to have one. Great. And I was drinking. I had started with the lemon seltzer. I had drank that. I was like, yeah, it was pretty fucking disgusting tasting. I don't like much alcohol. I was like, I don't know what was in it, but it wasn't great. I think it was maybe gin or something. It was gross. Then I had the watermelon vodka and soda. I had a sip and I was like, yeah, that's got a bit of punch to it. Turns out they were double strength. They were really cool, matte black can that were double strength. And yeah, they were fun. I decided, I drank a bit. We got there got to my mate's house at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I started drinking around then and went until about 7 and then just cut it off for the night because I was like, I'll drive home. I had to run in the morning. So I was drinking those double strength ones. I think I had 3 of them and they were fucking bruh. That's what I get for being a rookie and not drinking. I just had no idea that they were going to be double strength and they, punched me in the guts pretty hard. But, it was a good night. Had a lot of fun and then, went home, went to sleep, woke up the next day, hit a fucking 22k run, I think it was. And then, walked back home. Or did Caitlin pick me up? I think Caitlin picked me up. So lucky I didn't have to walk back home. But I just remember it being so fucking humid, dude. Holy shit. It was so humid New Year's Day. Oh my gosh. I remember sweating up a fucking storm at 7 o'clock. And it was hot as. I think it was going to be 38 or 40 or something that day. Yeah, I think it was. Anyway, that killed me. That crushed me. I told that story because I was thinking of, training in the heat. And then a couple of days later, I think it was hot for a few days. And then one of the following days, I rode in the middle of the day. And I had this thought, right? And hear me out because there's 2 sides to this. I think that being overweight would be fucked in the heat, right? Just how hot and uncomfortable I was on those hot days. I was like, I'm not overweight. I'm average. I was like, this is hot as fuck and uncomfortable. Imagine if I had an extra 20 kilos on me. That would be fucked. And then it led me to think, I was like, if the world was to plunge into global warming, full on, and every day was 40, I reckon it would be the severely overweight and obese people that would disappear first. They would either lose the weight that they needed to lose to be comfortable and survive, or they would die. And then it led me to think, what if it went the other way and we were hit with another ice age and it got really cold really quickly? All the skinny people would be the ones that were forced to either put on more body fat or they would die. And the overweight people would be sweet because they'd be like, yeah, I'm pretty warm, I'm well insulated. So I wonder if back in the day, they say, look at when we were hunter-gatherers, we were all lean and really strong. What if we weren't all lean? These are the people that are walking around with their fucking, a leaf and no top. But what about the guys in the fucking snow and shit? Were they lean and shredded, or were they overweight, or had a bit of blubber to try and keep them warm? I'm sure they had a bit of fat going to try and keep themselves warm, especially because all the animals they would be eating would be high in fat because they're in the cold. They would have blubber to try and keep them warm, I presume. So I wonder if your body type depends on where your bloodline begins. People that gain weight easily, I wonder if their bloodline began in cold climates, and people that struggle to put on weight, I wonder if their bloodline comes from like warmer climates. It was just a thought I had while I was writing Dying in the Heat. I was like, man, fuck this, fuck being fat. And then I kind of got down this this thought process. So it was cool. It was cool food for thought. It also made me think, actually, I was going to Google this. I forgot to. Is the air thin when it's hot, not when it's cold? Hot. Warm air molecules are further apart than cold. Warm air usually contains more water vapor than cold air. Water molecules way less than oxygen. That doesn't answer my question. Which is thinner? Cold air is always heavier, an equal volume of hot air, which actually mixture of several. Oh my god! Just answer the fucking question. Anyway, air is more dense than warmer air. Okay, I don't know. Well, it felt thinner. When I was riding in the heat, I was like, I'm flying. This is fantastic. It felt like the air was thinner than when it was colder. So that led me to ask the question, is hot air thinner than cold air? And what I could gather from that, it was like, if it's hot, humid air, it carries... Did you hear that? That was my stomach. It carries like moisture and it can be denser than cold air. But if it's dry, hot air, it can be thinner. And I'm telling you, this was dry, hot air. So it was probably thinner. And I was just fucking cutting through it. I was like... It was great. It felt so good flying on the bike. But yeah, I hope I get back to my pre-COVID fitness before, like, in the next week or so. Like... I was fucking flying. I felt so good. And then, yeah, I'm glad I didn't catch it, just before my event though. So, you got to take the positives out of these things sometimes. And that's the only positive I can find at the moment, honestly. But yeah, anyway, I was cleaning up my desk before and I found this. So, I bought a cover for my computer on eBay. And it came with one of those little fucking shitty rubber keyboard protector things. Does anyone actually use them? I would love to find someone who actually uses that shitty little rubber keyboard on their keyboard as a keyboard protector. Because I'm always like, yeah, I'll use it. I'll put it on for about like 5 minutes. And then I'm like, fuck this. Who can type with this fucking thing on anyway? It's impossible. So I was like, I'm throwing that straight in the bin. But I wonder if anyone actually uses it. They always throw it in as like a freebie. You get your computer case. And then they throw in this little fucking shitty thingo as a freebie, and you always open it up and you're like, I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask for it. I just wanted my cover, my clear case. I got it, and I was like, oh, this fucking thing. I was like, now I'm gonna feel bad for throwing it out. Just don't send it to me. I don't want it. No one actually uses that shit. No one. I'm telling you. Anyway. So today, I was actually going to go back and do another reflection podcast, because I had some really good questions passed on to me through something that I saw on Instagram. And there were 50 questions about my 2021. And I was going to go through them and recap it. But I was like, I feel like it's too long and too boring. Like, there's a lot of questions, man. 50 questions is a lot of questions. It's a lot more than 20 questions. And 20 questions, a robot can guess what you're thinking of. So I was like, someone bipping at some shit. So I was like, maybe not. Maybe we'll just let that one pass. Maybe we can do that next year when I'm doing the podcast still. So, sorry. I figured I'd ask myself a few questions about the year leading up. What's coming, what I have plans for this year, and all that kind of shit. And then kind of just see where it goes with that. I don't know how long I'm going to go for today. Could be shorter, could be longer, but we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see how we go, shall we? So the first question, the first cab off the rank is, what do I want to get out of this year? Now, for me, it's going to be more personal this year than like I know in the past I've set, not that I've been doing this podcast for a very long time, but my goals have always been athletic, like event goals, like Ironman, half Ironman, running like a certain distance, all this kind of shit. Always been athletic stuff, but this year I don't really want that to be my goal. I want my goal to be like, what do I want to get out of this year? I want to learn more about myself. I want to sort out my own shit so that I can come back and just be fucking firing on all levels, mentally, physically, everything. So this year I want to just get some serious personal development. I want to fucking crush it in the personal development realm. Not necessarily like physically. Like don't get me wrong, I still want to train, I still want to do all that stuff. That stuff's enjoyable for me. But I don't have any goals in that realm. I don't have any specific stuff set for myself. Other than this Geelong half Ironman, beyond that, I have nothing. It's more personal. I want to develop myself on a personal level to like the next fucking level. Just absolutely fucking peak. Because I feel like that's where I've got the most to gain at the moment. So that's what I want to get out of this year. Obviously I want to do well in Geelong. I would still like to, I'm just trying to plug my charger in. I try to do it blind and it just never works. There we go. Obviously I would like to, I think I want to get under 440, but we'll see how we go. Like I've obviously got my race wheels now, which is cool. I can use them. Actually, that reminds me, I've got to book in. I'm going to write that down now so I don't forget. I've got to book in a bike service. Thank you for listening while I write myself some notes. I've got to book in a bike service and I've got to book accommodation. Fucking hell, dude. Alright. Yeah. So we'll see how we go. I'm going to give it a fucking red hot crack. I know how hard I can push now. I've done a full Ironman. So I know what it's like. I've done 2 half Ironman. I know. I was supposed to actually do the 2 times U race today. It's Sunday the 16th today. I was supposed to do the 2 times U Olympic. But having COVID last week and then recovering from it this week, it was like, it's probably not a good idea. Take it easy and then regroup and then maybe do the next one. So we'll see how we go. If that lines up with my training, I'll do an Olympic distance. I think it's at the start of Feb. Fun fact, today's actually, they ran the 2 Bays trail run today. The hardest event I've ever done in my entire life to date, because I just wasn't prepared. I went into it overly confident and then died. I pulled up way worse from that event than I have any other event I've done. Even the Ironman. My stomach felt like it was going to rip apart after the Ironman. But I couldn't walk for 3 days after the 2 Bays trail run. I fucked my feet up that good. So, and mentally that fucked me so much. So it was a 56k trail run. Wore the wrong shoes, just made all the wrong choices. Didn't fuel properly enough because I was like, I'm just going to eat when I want to eat. Wrong, don't do that. Not a good idea. So it bit me in the ass. And today, to this day, it is still, I'm pretty sure I've done an episode on it in the past, but to this day, it is the hardest event I've ever done. Not the longest. Not the longest and not the most fucking extreme by any means, but the hardest. So... yeah, fun fact, that's today. That was today. Most people will be finished by now, you'd hope. So what's the next one? What are some goals I've set for myself? So I haven't really set any goals for myself this year, other than I would like to just improve myself personally. I'd like to understand myself. I'd like to be able to understand my feelings around things better. Because I'm not really good at that. I'm a good thinker, but I'm not a good feeler. That's a good way to put it. So I'd like to understand myself better in that respect. So no goals yet. I'm also not a believer in setting shit that I'm not set on. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say a goal for just the sake of it. So I haven't thought of anything yet. So yeah, I don't know. Well, a goal will come at some point, but for the time being, I don't really have anything to set. I would like to, put a bit more time into this podcast and get it a bit better and start doing some more fucking juicy episodes. And I would like to do a few more guest episodes. I've obviously been fucking super slack with that lately. I've only done 3 guest episodes ever. So I'd like to do a bit more of that. We will see how we go. Maybe I could do Zoom ones. Let's because this new program I'm using would allow me to do Zoom episodes with people. And if I could do Zoom podcast episodes with people, fuck, man, I would crush the shit out of them. That'd make it so much easier to film, because there'd be a split screen as well. I'm going to fucking think of this, all right? So I would like to do a few more of them, and just put a bit more time into this shit, because it's enjoyable. Like, I don't know, I keep saying I want to put more time into social media, but I can't be fucked, man. Like, today I was going to do a post about, we're back, training launches in after fucking having COVID, all this jazz. And then I was like, I didn't get any photos when I was training. I don't have any photos to use. I was like, I can't be bothered. Don't worry about it. So, like, I need to get better at capturing content and then using that content. So, I don't know, maybe that's a goal. See, I'm not really set on setting goals because I don't have, damn, son, my stomach. I don't really have any goals that I'm fucking set on setting. So, we'll wait and see. How has the year started? So I touched on this earlier, but for me this year personally has fucking sucked. Haven't really had a whole lot of highlights as of yet. So hopefully we'll have a few more as the year goes on, because the year started, Caitlin went straight back to work, and then I was like, don't worry, we'll get 2 weeks off together, it'll be great. Then I got coronavirus and I haven't seen her in fucking 10 days. So more. I probably haven't seen her in like 14 days. So probably haven't seen her in 2 weeks. So far this year has started off fucking rat shit, but hopefully it means there's only one way to go from here, and that's up. So this year started pretty rough, but it's a long year. Hopefully it gets better. How's your year started, guys? How's everything going for you guys? Like, ask yourself these questions when I go through. Like, how has your year started? And actually think about it. How does it make you feel? For me, it makes me feel like a bit disappointed, disheartened. I was like, I was looking forward to it so much. Like, this is the longest period of time we get off together all year. And like, the more I think about it, the more annoyed I get. Like, it's gone, done. It's gone. I don't get it back. There's no way to get it back. So that makes me upset and sad. But like I said, there's nothing I can do about it. And that's my moral dilemma. Like, I know the thinker in me, is like, dude, you can't do anything about it. Get over it. And the feeler in me is like, bro, like, it fucking hurts. It sucks. So that's how my year has started. Do you believe in setting New Year's resolutions? Okay. No, but yes. But also no. Because like I said before, I set goals when I have a goal in mind that I want to set. I don't set resolutions because I'm like, got to set a resolution. No, I just set it because I want to do it. I want to achieve it. I don't set it for the sake of setting it. So for me, I haven't set any goals or anything yet because I don't have any in mind that I want to set. Like, I guess it's different if you're starting from I guess your starting point is different. Like, if you're starting from nowhere and you're like, my goal is to get fitter. Like, okay, that's a good goal. It's a good resolution to set. But I have a pet peeve with setting goals or setting goals or resolutions that are just not unachievable. Like, so many people set things that are just out of reach. Like, people coming from nothing being like, I want to win an Ironman. It's like, you're not going to fucking do that in a year. It's not going to happen. You can't. If you're coming from nothing, forget it, dude. Like, these pros or the people winning the races have been doing this shit for years. Like, I'm only just getting like, my body is at a point now where I can do a lot. I can take on a lot of volume and be fine. And that's after like 2 years of solid fucking training and a few races. Like, you can't get that shit overnight. So, like, I have a pet peeve with people setting goals that are too high, and then getting disappointed when they don't achieve them. It's like, well, you fucking set yourself up for failure. You should have set a goal that was more achievable, ticked it off, and then, like, that's why you should have tiers. You should have different tiers of goals. You should have, like, the ones that are fucking out of reach, and then the little goals on the way to get there to tick off. Because, you get to that last goal, then that fucking super, like, you work your way up the ladder, and by the time you get to the top of the ladder, that super ridiculous goal is within reach now. So that's how I like to do things. So yeah, I do believe in setting New Year's resolutions, but at the same time, don't set them too high, because sometimes sometimes you get a bit ahead of yourself and then you fail and then you feel shit. And you don't want to feel shit. Like, you're supposed to, you want to keep yourself motivated. You want to keep ticking off goals. And, you want to be able to actually achieve these goals, tick them off, get the spurt of motivation, and use that to carry yourself into the next goal. So don't set them too high, set them achievable, and, do what you got to do to get them. That was the only they're the only questions I had for myself for the year. But yeah, happy days, mate. Happy days. I'm just going to have a little look through. I did think we haven't had any. Oh no, did you guys see that volcano erupt? Like off the coast of, I think it was like New Zealand or somewhere out there. Fucking wild, dude. You can see it. Have a look at Nature is Metal on Instagram. You can see it on their feed. Wild fucking, mate, nature is fucking crazy. I love nature. It's insane. Absolutely insane. Yeah, so happy days. I think I'm just going to wrap the podcast up there. I hope you guys are having a good year. I will have a good year. It'll turn around. It's going to turn around. Mindset. I'm back in full swing of training as of next week, so I'm very happy for that. I'm very happy to get my fitness back and start to feel fucking strong and ready to kick the world apart, because that's what I do best. So, yeah. Happy fucking New Year, 2022. Let's get out there. Let's kick some goals this year, shall we?